Hello, and welcome once again to Let's Play Steambot Chronicles. If you remember last time, we ruined music for everybody. Sorry about that. Anyway, to the stock market. Now, I've mentioned previously the best way to make money at the stock market is to buy and sell stocks based on side quests. At this point, I should probably sell a bunch of stocks, especially in the railway. Wow, look at that. It's gone up a lot. Yes, I should sell stocks, but there's another way to make money with stocks than selling them, and that is to live off the dividends. Even if the stocks lose value, we'll still keep earning dividends, and essentially we can make it so that we earn money just by going to sleep. Thus is my new goal to own every single stock in the game. Now that the Station Hotel and the Riverside Hotel are owned by Joaquin, we can buy up stock in them, which we are going to do. It's going to be a long time until we own all the stock in the game, but at this point we're earning 1,500 every day. That's enough for at least 10 stocks of a particular type. Yeah, there's that steel beam they wanted. We didn't lose any this time. I think weirdly that bloody mantis man who wanted to buy a single log from us for a ridiculous amount of money doesn't reappear for the other commodities. Only the first one. I suppose because you could actually approach from the other side, I suppose. Well, it's more likely that you would if you were going to Honeybee Gardens. Well, here's that pile bunker. You see it behaves pretty much like the Trident arm and the drill arm. Rather aggravatingly though, it's got a bit less of a range on it. You have to be fairly close to use it. It does lock you into its very, very long animation, but you can sort of boost jump out of it. Sort of spotty though, sometimes you can't, sometimes you can. I don't really understand. There we go. It's fairly durable, it does a fair amount of damage. It's a bit slow though. Oh yeah, this thing I did. Gotta keep grinding the arena for all those points. I think it's time we made Fennel pay for his crimes against music. It's time we made him sorry. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted by the video that I made, one thing I don't understand about the pile bunker is it's got a little extra bar below the durability meter. I don't know what that is for. Actually, thinking about it, it does sort of look a bit like the bar you get when you have a shield equipped. Huh. Actually, that makes sense. Probably have looked at that a bit more earlier, whatever. Anyway, we've all seen me beat Fennel before. Only left this in because aforementioned vengeance, and also this is an amazing way to finish him off. Look at this. BAM! Bust in the face! That's it, cry! Cry for your crimes against music.
I won!
Anywho, let's get back to what we were doing. I believe Marjorie wants us to go and get a flag from the Hayabusa carpet mill. No alternate choice. We've got a couple of things to do here. First of all, I want to go and grab a steel beam. Just the one. That's all I need, just the one. There we go. Now the plate and the song isn't the only reward for completing Fennel's little side quest. actually fairly often the case that there is an auxiliary reward hidden somewhere in the game. This one's a fairly obvious one, but as we'll be seeing later, there's another quest reward that's fairly difficult to actually discover. Not impossible, but more difficult. Well, George patented the guitar, that's a good idea. Powered human legs, hell yeah. For human legs M and a cannon arm, we can make probably one of my favourite parts in the game. We'll only make them for us after we complete the side quest. I believe you can make bird leg versions of them in New Haven. I don't know if you had to complete a side quest for that. You can only make them in New Haven, talking to a specific guy. Anyway, look how fast they are. They really are quite fast. Yeah, they're not very fuel efficient, but they make you move so much faster that it actually works out pretty much the same. Each boost you do consumes more fuel, but you go much further, so it all works out. Still a bit slow in the water though. Stay on land. And honestly, it's not terrible. I mean, look how far I've gone. Oh, admittedly, I've been picking up fuel from these guys. We will see later how disastrous their fuel capacity can be when there's no enemies around. Or no enemies that drop fuel at any rate. Anyway, Hayabusa, that's where we're headed. So the reason I'm using the Rabbit grill is because it's one of the lighter grills. Having the power bunker and the Gatling arm on at the same time is fairly heavy. Anyway, before we go and talk to Kane about that flag, we want to go all the way back here. Now that we've done the Hayabusa carpet mill, there's another thing we can make. It's not the hardest thing to discover, but there's not really any reason to ever come back here. Not really much of a reason. Also, that is the Don Elephant Mark III apparently, not the Mark II, that is the Mark III. The Mark II was the one we knocked the legs off of. That's a whole new one. But this one, this guy in red, will make a specific part for us. This is probably one of my favourite parts in the game as well. The throwing arm. It requires a steel beam as well. So you're likely to come down here, talk to him, and he'll tell you that it's a part that needs a steel beam. So there are NPCs in the game that tell you about parts that require commodities. While we're here, we'll have a quick check-in on the ex-boss, see how he's doing. I'm not really doing much. But these parts that are just made for you by people for money, rather than through the actual development menu. Well, I did recently run into a little girl in Happy Garland who told you about pressing, I think, the L1 button. Well, the L1 button makes everything move faster in towns. If you didn't read the manual, that's the first you'll actually hear of that. Well, I can't imagine you have got that far in the game without killing yourself in that case. This guy's still talking about the battle against the boss elephant. Give it the times, man, that was weeks ago. Anyway, while we're here, we might as well buy all the parts we didn't buy the last time we were here because we didn't have any money. Now look at those prices, because I didn't look at those prices. I just bought stuff. Yeah, sure, I'll buy an elephant windshield for 800 That'll be the cheapest thing I bought there. What a waste of money. What a waste. Make it even worse, I bought a cannon arm for 1600. The Hayabusa garage in a little bit. Also, that French stick finally picked it up. Anyway, let's get the flag, pinwheel roof, and while I go and change into the throwing arm, I'm going to describe exactly why it's so good. Basically, it has infinite durability as a weapon. While it gives you a boost to picking things up and putting them down and throwing them, basically makes it twice as fast, which is nice. Makes throwing enemies much easier. That in itself is fairly powerful. I think picking things up uses durability, but striking enemies with it doesn't. So it's infinitely durable if you use it as a melee weapon rather than picking stuff up. And it does a fair amount of damage. It's not as powerful as something like the Buzzsaw arm, but it's fairly close. It's as quick as a normal arm as well. Also, Basil actually fixed his Dropmobile apparently. Everybody's ready to go to war.
What a splendid flag, Vanilla. You've done well. This is the final element of our sand battleship. It's finished at last. Listen up, everyone. We are going to defeat the Bloody Mantis. Our attack will commence in the morning, so make any preparations now.
Well, this is it. We are going to war against the Bloody Mantis. There's no holding back now. Let's have some dinner and go to bed. No more books for you. Anyway, pretty much the entirety of Fort Raven has turned up here now. There's all these stalls are from Fort Raven. A lot of the people here too. Quite a nice touch, really. This whole basically this whole industry has built itself up around the civilian army and their giant sand battleship. We could buy another desert garb and give it to Savory, I believe. So if we ever have Savory in our Trotmobile again, she'll be dressed appropriately in the desert. Basically, you'd only really want to do that if you were filling out the album. And if you're filling out the album in this game, then you are a madman. A man who is mad. Anyway, there's these beds are also pretty much copy-pasted from Fort Raven as well. Were these here before? I can't remember. Anyway, quick save. Bazam. And we'll sleep until the morning. With our lobster. Yeah, we're not actually... Refined picture. Yeah, picture because we've got the throwing arm. I love the throwing arm. We've pretty much got almost my favourite combination of parts by now. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. Anyway, this is serious. People might die. I'll say important last words potentially to Connie. Yeah, we need some lunch. More cheese. Yeah, she just gives you a whole bunch of items. Yogurt just in case. And a raw potato. See what Echinacea thinks. And she's saying the same thing she always says. And we are full. Okay, what we want to do before we head off is get our fuel topped up. Very thoughtful. So I've got the pinwheels on, you may have noticed. They're quite fun. Not as fun as the bubble roof. The bubble roof's probably my favourite one. They spin faster and faster the faster you move. They get up to fairer speed with the power legs we've got on. Oh, careful, don't hit anybody. Now, I delayed talking to Marjoram because he's usually the quest starter. You may notice all of these guys have sort of snowshoes on, presumably for desert combat. So let's tell Basil we're not interested in Savoury. No. If he dies, it'd be nice if he dies thinking he had a chance. Even Fennel's turned up. It's weird that he didn't mention that to you, Fennel. Well, I guess you're probably lounging around in your hotel room. Anyway, let's talk to Marjoram. Marjoram tells us to talk to Commander Ferguson. Where the hell is Commander Ferguson? He's over here, of course. Oh. Damn it. Yeah, we can jump back up.
People, the time has come. Today, the Bloody Mantis will discover they cannot trample over our lives. We are the only people who can stand up for our loved ones. Let us join together and strike down the Bloody Mantis for all people! This is it!
And welcome to probably the best set piece in the game. We are on the SS Symphony up against the Dirge Cruiser. We can't actually leave the SS Symphony at the moment. We're sort of stuck on here.
Dispatch the Trotmobile unit!
Now, to use the proper term, is our opportunity to strag 'em. We're not going to be doing this properly at the moment. We're just going to watch this battle and take it all in without really being involved before showing off the bad end to this particular scenario. As you can see, the SS Symphony and the Dirge Cruiser have their own health bars. They'll launch a bumload of Trotmobile units and fire cannons at each other. We can attack every single one of them. We can throw them around. We can't attack our allies, thankfully. But this is actually a fairly difficult portion of the game. As because while we can lose the battle, if we lose all our health, we will get a game over. Also, look how little fuel I've got left. I shouldn't have been boosting back and forth at the start there. Oh dear. So I'm probably in a bad place right here. Good, our dudes defending the Symphony. Now, I want us to lose, so I'm not directly interfering with the battle, but by standing here, I'm stopping the enemy from jumping on to the ship and beating it up a bit. Also, need to note the blue crosses on the radar. It's the first time in the game there's actually been friendly units in a battle situation. But seriously, how cool is this? They're all attacking us. Interestingly enough, Marjoram doesn't do anything. I think you could probably talk to him and get some fuel. Probably. I didn't bother though. I don't want to get killed, so just stand back. So this is the first time we've actually seen Bloody Mantis units. A sort of reddy pinky colour. Not very bloody. As you can see, without doing anything, the SS Symphony and the Dirge Cruiser are pretty much on equal health. I'm trying to see if I can actually directly damage the SF Symphony here, but I don't think I can. I'm shooting, but I'm not doing anything. There's also a time limit, but there's absolutely no way in hell that time limit would be reached. It's ridiculously high.
You bloody mantis!
People of the civilian army, you have been defeated. Capture them!
And here is the bad end. Yeah, naturally, this game's fairly easy going with its boss battles, so we don't actually lose, the game just continues. We'll see the ramifications of that.
People of the civilian army, you are welcome here, I assure you. I'm willing to switch sides. Untie me! Unfortunately, we aren't recruiting at the moment. But never mind all that. You seem to misunderstand me. We're merely trying to correct the corrupt ways of the oil company. We apologize for the inconvenience that our lack of planning has caused you.
A representative of the civilian army is here. They want us to release the prisoners.
Is that so? How's 10,000 you are ahead sound? Ooh, it seems help has arrived. Please wait here quietly. Oh, one more thing. Gas will now be distributed only through Bloody Mantis oil. Please enjoy the rest of your day.
The Bloody Mantis being in charge of oil doesn't actually change anything in the game. Prices are back to normal now, and will remain so for the rest of the game. Hooray!
I'd like to apologize to you all. I was not able to lead us to victory. They're going to distribute the oil, and they say prices will go down. I hereby disband the civilian army. Please remain ready, should a situation arise.
Doesn't this place seem empty without the massive battleship? Anyway, let's go and win this thing. Instead of losing, we actually try and interfere with the battle. It may go slightly better. Even though it was a very close run thing when we did nothing. Takes a long while to actually get started. Very dramatic.
Commence fire!
Well, the interesting thing about this battle is Dirge Cruiser has lots of health bars. Well, if you had in fact, with the weapons I've got, I could probably just jump on it and kill it to bits eventually. It'll take a long, long time.
Dispatch the truckmobile unit!
What you're meant to do, however, is work with your allies. First thing you may notice is there's lots of missiles. Our main priority is to destroy the guns to protect our units so that they may overwhelm the opposition and eventually storm the cruiser and start hitting it with their sticks. We can engage junker units directly if we wish to, but it's not a good idea. While those cannons are still working, we can lose our health very, very quickly indeed with those cannons around. I'm also already at half fuel because I forgot to go and get a refill. Silly me. With a jump and Gatling gun, we can take out a cannon fairly quickly. Getting up on that middle section is a bit troublesome. You see how quickly I lifted? That was pretty nice. In fact, did that use any durability at all? I'm not even sure. Maybe it's infinitely durable. We'll get to see it hopefully in a minute. I'll jump up there and start punching these cannons directly. The only problem with this mode of attack is that you keep locking onto the Dirge Cruiser instead of the cannons, and you don't really get to see much of the epic battle that's happening downstairs. Downstairs, down there. There's no stairs here. There we go. You can see the Dirge Cruiser has slightly less health. Get back up. So they're already attacking the cannons. Smash! You see, no durability has actually been used. Keep going. Yeah, I think the Growing Army is in fact infinitely durable. Hey look, it's Basil. And what's he doing? He's attacking the Dirge Cruiser. Very good, Basil. Very good indeed. You can see his health is absolutely tanking now. Without the cannons to stop the enemies, our guys are just going to jump on there and swamp it. Let's have some fun with these guys.
We did it! We sunk their battleship! The civilian army won!
Come on, men, we're heading home.
The clash at Sabia. And we've won. Hooray. Good for us. Now we control the oil, and the battleship has returned intact.
Congratulations on a job well done. We once again control our own oil. Thank you, Vanilla. We could not have been victorious without your help. Let us march home with our heads held high.
I finally found you, Vanilla. Connie wants you to meet her at her house. She's going back to Nefroburg. She wanted me to tell you.
I have no idea who that guy is. I'm sure he's been in the game before, but anyway, the civilian army disbands anyway, as we've got no reason to fight the bloody Mantis at the moment when they're not taking over oil fields. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.